Hey guys, sorry for the abrupt ending of the last video, but I want to go straight on to part 2 of the universes. Now, next is the TV universe, which of course the main part of the TV universe is the TV show. And so far, I think 115 episodes of the TV show has been released. We currently have 8 seasons, with a 9th season premiering later on this year in October, I'm pretty sure. That's when this seasons usually start, so I'm going to go with October. But yeah, again, like, just to fill in a bit of gaps with the Overkill game, because I want this video to be available to a lot of people to understand what's going on in this world. But Overkill's game is canon to the comic book, and we'll see more of where that goes later on this year on November. But here is the TV show itself. And I hope I'm not confusing you, but if you're confused, ask some questions and I'll be more than happy to answer you. So yeah, here's the main TV show. I'm showing every poster from each half season, because each like season 2 onwards is split into 2 parts, and I'm showing the posters from each part. So here we have season 5B, and next up is season 6A. Here it is. But yeah, we will go into everything in the TV universe. So if you didn't watch part 1, this is basically going over everything that is canon to the TV universe. So hopefully after this video you're not confused on what goes where and where does everything fit in. So yeah. I gotta admit, I love these posters. Especially this one's pretty cool. But the iconic one is always going to be the season 1 poster. That was like the first image of The Walking Dead I ever saw, like when I got into the franchise, and I'm like, that. I just look at that picture and I just get so much nostalgia. But yeah, here is the main TV show of The Walking Dead, and next up we are going to be talking about the next part of The Walking Dead. So after The Walking Dead's huge success, obviously a spin-off was inevitable. And of course, we got that. In 2015, we got the release of Fear the Walking Dead, and now pictures for Fear the Walking Dead will be showing up in a few seconds. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. So next up is Fear the Walking Dead. Now this spin-off, well, it's not really it wasn't a spin-off. This was called a companion series because it wasn't really tied to the original show, but obviously if you watch season 4 you know that's no longer the case, as the show is a bit more tied in with the original now, with the inclusion of a character that you're going to see on a picture for Fear the Walking Dead coming up. But by the way, this picture is fucking awesome. I love this picture for Fear. So Fear the Walking Dead is a pretty cool spin-off companion series. It goes from the beginning of the apocalypse to more around current day, post season 8 of the TV show, but I do think season 9 is going to take place after season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. Those are just my predictions. So yeah, here's a look at some of the characters of Fear the Walking Dead. And yeah, we have close to 50 episodes so far. Season 4 is currently in a break. We had recently the mid-season finale of season 4. Also here we can see Morgan, who is of course the character from The Walking Dead that crossed over into Fear the Walking Dead. So yeah. Anyway, one of the first things The Walking Dead did after the show became popular were web series. And the first web series was Torn Apart, which followed a character that shows up in season 1, and I do not want to ruin it for you because I think it's such a cool reveal. I think it's cool if you figure out for yourself. So watch this web series. It's 6 parts. AMC should have it all online, and if you can watch AMC if you're in a different country, YouTube or some other place you would be able to find it. Next up is Cold Storage, the second web series. This has 4 parts, and this is probably my favorite web series. This follows a character called Chase, and I just love this web series. I think the acting is fantastic. I think the storyline is quick, but it's definitely memorable, and I would love if Chase, the character from this web series, actually does appear again in some form or fashion, because I do think he's a character with a lot of charisma, and I do think it'd be cool if he showed up again. Anyway, next up is the third webisode, The Oath. And after this webisode, they didn't make another webisode for The Walking Dead for a while. Like, we would get a webisode like once a year. This one has 3 parts, 3 webisodes in this web series. And yeah, it wasn't until I think 2 years later we got the next webisode, but the next webisode was not for The Walking Dead. We got a webisode for Fear the Walking Dead, and Fear the Walking Dead webisode is entitled Fear the Walking Dead Flight 462, and this follows characters on a plane. So you've heard of snakes on a plane, well, how about walkers on a plane? And a character or 2 do appear in the second season of Fear the Walking Dead. I'll just reveal right now, it's 2 characters that show up, but I won't tell you which ones because I don't want to tell you everything, alright? So yeah, Flight 462 was 16 parts. Now that may sound long, but each part was only about a minute long, so it shouldn't take you too long to watch. Then a year after that, we got Fear the Walking Dead Passage, which was different from Flight 462, where it didn't actually tie into Fear the Walking Dead. It took place around the border, but not much else ties into Fear the Walking Dead. Now, originally one of the characters in the Passage was meant to show up in the premiere of season 3, but they didn't, and it was the character that plays the boyfriend, if you're wondering. And if you've watched this webisode, you know who the boyfriend is. And this web series is also 16 parts. Again, each part's like a minute long. So anyway, the newest webisode we got is The Walking Dead Red Machete, which follows Rick's red machete that he gets midway through the series where we're currently at now, so around season 4, which is the season he gets it. But well, he doesn't really bring it up till season 5, but this is a cool web series. It's 5 parts, and each part, no, it's actually, sorry, it's 6 parts, and each part is about 2 to 5 minutes long, around that range. So this is a bit longer than the last one. Well, maybe not longer, but you know, it's not like a big, like, each part is very short. So next up is going to be something that I've never really heard many people talk about, and it's kind of like a webisode, but it's a motion comic, and this is The Walking Dead Dead Reckoning. And this motion comic follows Shane basically in his first interaction with walkers. Like, this is when he first found out about the walkers, and I have heard this is indeed canon. And yeah, if you miss Shane and you want to see more with that character, definitely play this game on, or if you can't play the game, watch it on YouTube. Someone has it up. It's about 20 minutes long, and it's pretty entertaining. Next up is something a lot of people do not like. Me personally, I think this game is fun, like incredibly fun, and this is The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, and it follows Daryl Dixon and Merle Dixon. And it's basically like The Walking Dead Season 0, and it follows what the Dixon brothers were doing before the events of Season 1 of the TV show. And yeah, that's basically everything you need to know. So there's the canon of the comic universe and the TV universe. If you're worried about watching the other part, don't worry, I don't spoil anything, so feel free to watch it. Anyway, thanks guys, goodbye.